Welcome to WikiPodcast. Today we're going to dive deep into the life of a true titan of tech, a visionary who really believed that, quote, simplicity is genius. We're talking, of course, about Stephen Paul Jobs, the pioneer who co-founded Apple and just profoundly reshaped our world with, well, icons like the Macintosh, iPod, iPhone, iPad.
Yeah, the list goes on.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
Get ready as we dig into some of the surprising facts and, pivotal moments that defined his really extraordinary, sometimes kind of paradoxical journey.
It's a truly fascinating story. And what's really unique about Jobs, I think, is how his early experiences, his unconventional thinking, it didn't just influence things. It really laid the groundwork, the foundation for his whole revolutionary approach to technology.
Right.
His story isn't just, a list of products. It's more about the philosophy behind them, that blend of art and engineering. It was pretty unique.
So let's unpack that. Steve Jobs, born in San Francisco, 1955, adopted shortly after. His adoptive parents, Paul and Claire Jobs, they gave him this deep appreciation for craftsmanship, right?
Absolutely. His father, Paul, a mechanic, he built a workbench for Steve. Taught him how things go together, the integrity of building something.
Yeah, I read he knew how to build anything and stressed that even the parts you can't see should be perfect.
Exactly, that hands-on thing, that meticulousness, it was there right from the start.
But it's interesting how his school life was, well, challenging. Lots of pranks, resisting authority. He even got his parents to move districts after being bullied, landing them in Los Altos on Crace Drive.
Which is now famous as the place where Apple literally started.
In the garage.
In the garage. Amazing.
And what's insightful there, I think, is how those early struggles, pushing against rigid structures, it really fueled his desire to do things differently.
Yeah.
Fundamentally differently.
Yeah, you can see that thread.
I mean, think about it. At 13, he's cold calling Bill Hewlett, for parts, no fear.
Wow.
Then at Homestead High, he meets Steve Wozniak. And they didn't just bond over electronics, right? It was literature, too.
The intersection of humanities and sciences, as he put it. Exactly. He was described as kind of brain and kind of hippie, kind of an outsider. That mix, art and engineering, intuition and logic, that became his signature. It wasn't just about the machine, it was about the feel.
And talking about pushing boundaries,
Yeah.
he gets even wilder. 1971, Jobs and Wozniak are designing and secretly selling blue boxes.
Right, the illegal phone freaking devices.
Yeah, to make free long-distance calls. And Jobs later said, without those blue boxes, there wouldn't have been an Apple.
Why? Because it showed them they could actually take on large companies and beat them.
Talk about an early lesson in disruption.
It really was. It gave them that confidence, that taste of, challenging the system. Which makes you wonder, how did these early kind of rebellious years shape his leadership?
Good question.
Because after high school, he goes to Reed College, drops out after one semester, didn't want to spend his parents' money on something he felt was meaningless for him then.
But he didn't just leave.
No, he stuck around, audited classes, and famously took a calligraphy course.
Right, the calligraphy course.
And he said himself, if he hadn't dropped in on that one course, the Mac would never have had multiple typefaces or proportionally spaced fonts.
It sounds like such a small thing,
But it points directly to that later obsession with aesthetics, typography, the whole user experience.
Yeah.
Down to the pixel. It was about beauty in the details.
Incredible connection. So after Reed, he works at Atari briefly, described as difficult but valuable, always pushing. But then a really big detour. Mid-1974, he travels through India, searching for spiritual teaching.
Yeah, seeking enlightenment. He studied Zen Buddhism, spent time at ashrams, even thought about becoming a monk.
And he also talked about his LSD experiences being, hugely important for him.
He did. He called them one of the 2 or 3 most important things he'd done. It just highlights that constant search for, deeper understanding, different perspectives, intuition.
So these weren't just, youthful explorations.
No, not at all. They were deeply influential. His lifelong appreciation for Zen, that directly shaped his design philosophy. That relentless drive for simplicity, elegance, removing the unnecessary.
Oh, yeah.
And his intuition, that gut feeling he trusted so much, also influenced by those spiritual explorations. These threads connect directly to the simplicity we see in Apple products later. It was about the experience, not just the tech.
That focus definitely comes through. So, March 1976, Wozniak finishes the Apple I design.
Yep, the board.
And Jobs, with that commercial sense, sees the potential immediately. April 1st, 1976, April Fool's Day, ironically.
Yeah.
Apple Computer Company is born. in the garage.
And they funded it how? Selling Woz's fancy HP calculator?
And Jobs' VW van, that's the definition of startup grit, putting it all on the line.
Absolutely. And while the Apple I was foundational, the Apple II, that's really key. Introduced in 77,
Right.
it became one of the first really successful mass-produced microcomputers. Brought computing into homes.
And was designed the internals, but Jobs.
Jobs focused on the outside, the case. That user-friendly plastic shell, which was radical then, he argued with Woz over expansion slots, wanting it perfect.
So even then, it was about the whole package.
Totally. The holistic product experience, how it looked, felt, how easy it was, not just the circuits inside.
Okay, so fast forward a bit. 1979, the famous visit to Xerox PRR.
Ah, yes. Pivotal.
He sees the potential of the mouse, the graphical user interface, and it just clicks for him.
He saw the future, basically, how computers should work.
This vision leads to the Apple Lisa in '83, which commercially wasn't a huge hit.
No, it was expensive, maybe ahead of its time, but it laid the groundwork.
For the Macintosh, 1984, and that iconic 1984 Super Bowl ad.
Yeah, the Ridley Scott ad, unforgettable. A watershed event, they called it, ending with 1984 won't be like 1984.
Such a bold move against IBM.
The Mac was a breakthrough. First mass-market computer with that GUI. It really empowered creative people, launched desktop publishing.
Huge enthusiasm, driven by Jobs' presentations, of course.
But it was expensive and struggled against IBM compatibles. Sales dropped off after the initial hype.
Which led to tension inside Apple.
Big time. And remember, in '83, Jobs had recruited John Scully from Pepsi.
With that legendary line. Do you want to spend the rest of your life selling sugared water, or do you want a chance to change the world?
Classic Jobs. Pure ambition and persuasion.
Their visions clashed.
Badly. Yeah. And in 1985, after a power struggle, Scully and the board pushed Jobs out. He left, taking some key people with him.
To found NXT. So it wasn't an ending, really. More like Act 2 starting.
Exactly. A pivot. NXT focused on high-end computers for education, business, very advanced, very expensive.
But technologically brilliant.
Absolutely. And get this. Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web on a NXT computer in 1990.
Wow, I didn't know that specific connection.
Yeah. Jobs saw NXT as the first interpersonal computer for sharing voice, images, video, and that obsession with aesthetics. The NXT Cube had this gorgeous magnesium case.
And then, 1986, he buys Lucasfilm's computer graphics division.
Which becomes Pixar. Another stroke of genius.
And Pixar just exploded, didn't it? Toy Story in '95.
Changed animation forever. Then Finding Nemo, The Incredibles. Just hit after hit. Critically acclaimed, commercially massive.
So when Disney bought Pixar in 2006 for, what, $7.4 billion?
Yep. Jobs became Disney's largest single shareholder, joined their board.
And Bob Iger, Disney's CEO, later said they might have even merged Disney and Apple if Jobs had lived. Imagine that.
It's incredible to think about this whole period, his time away from Apple. It shows his resilience, his eye for talent, for innovation, even outside computing.
He was still pushing boundaries.
Always.
Yeah.
But the story comes full circle, right? 1997, Apple is struggling, close to bankruptcy.
They needed a new operating system, desperately.
And after looking elsewhere, they end up buying NXT for its software, NXT Step.
Bringing Steve Jobs back to the company he started. What a comeback story.
Almost mythical, isn't it? His return marked this incredible turnaround.
He comes back as interim CEO, ICEO, he called him.
Right. And he was ruthless. Started cutting projects left and right. Newton, the Mac clones, gone. Focus was on survival, then profitability.
And that NXT software became the foundation for Mac OS X.
Which was huge for stability and features. And then came the products that really changed everything. Again.
First up, 1998. The iMac.
Oh, the iMac G3 totally signaled Apple's new direction. That bondy blue, translucent plastic, it looked like nothing else.
Cartoon-like, some said. Playful, friendly.
And technically forward-thinking, too. Ditched the floppy drive for USB. Apple bragged, the back of our computer looks better than the front of anyone else's.
Classic Jobs aesthetic perfectionism right there.
In full display, breaking that beige box mold.
Then, 2001, the iPod.
Changed music forever. That tiny 1.8-inch drive, 1,000 songs in your pocket.
It wasn't just a device, it made Apple a music company. Led to the iTunes store.
Exactly. An ecosystem play, way before that term was common. Revolutionized digital content.
And then, 2007, the iPhone.
The big one. They started work in secret around 2005. It wasn't just a phone.
No, it was an iPod, a phone, and an internet device, all with that revolutionary multi-touch screen.
It completely changed mobile computing. Time Magazine's Invention of the Year. Deservedly.
His mantra then was real artistship, right?
Yeah, that drive for innovation, but also getting it done, delivering these game-changing products. Then the iPad in 2010, creating another whole category.
He was just an incredible salesman, too, that reality distortion field.
Part charisma, part intense willpower. He could make people believe the impossible was possible.
And the look, the black mock turtleneck, Levi's 501s, New Balance sneakers.
His uniform, instantly recognizable, part convenience, part branding.
His impact wasn't just the products, though. Hundreds of patents, many with Joni Ive, focused on the look and feel.
Design was everything. Even when he was really sick, he was sketching ideas, ways to simplify things like an oxygen monitor. That drive never stopped.
His clear work was central, but his personal life had its own journey, too. He married Lorene Powell in '91, had 3 kids.
Yes. But there was also his first daughter, Lisa Brennan Jobs, born in '78.
Right, and initially he denied paternity, which was controversial.
Very. But later, he acknowledged her, admitted the Apple Lisa computer was named for her, they reconnected, and he apologized.
He also found his biological mother and sister, Mona Simpson, the author.
Who helped bridge some gaps, though he never connected with his biological father. It shows a complex personal evolution alongside the professional one.
And then the health issues. Diagnosed with that rare pancreatic cancer in 2003?
Yeah, neuroendocrine cancer. And he initially resisted surgery for 9 months, trying alternative medicine instead.
A decision he later said he regretted.
He did. He eventually had surgery, then a liver transplant in 2009. But the cancer returned.
He resigned as Apple CEO in August 2011, naming Tim Cook. Passed the baton.
Foresight even then. He kept working, though, right up until the day before he died, October 5th, 2011.
Just unbelievable dedication.
His sister, Mona Simpson, wrote about his final moments. His last words were apparently just, "Oh, wow, oh, wow, oh, wow," repeated 3 times. Wow.
It's quite something. His legacy, it's just immense. It's not just the gadgets. It's that relentless pursuit of simplicity, elegance, the user experience, thinking differently.
He really did change things. The Presidential Medal of Freedom posthumously in 2022 feels right.
A testament to his impact, for sure.
So what does this all mean for us, the listeners? Steve Jobs' life, it really was a powerful testament to vision, tenacity, and that unwavering belief in the elegance of simplicity. He didn't just transform industries. He fundamentally changed how we all interact with technology every single day, just woven into our lives now.
His story is a reminder, isn't it? That real innovation often comes from questioning things, challenging how they're done, and daring to think different. So for you listening, what do you think was Steve Jobs' most impactful innovation? And why did its simplicity make it so genius? Thanks for listening. Write us your opinion in the comments on what do you think was Steve Jobs' most impactful innovation? And why did its simplicity make it so genius? Subscribe to the channel to help more listeners reach our episodes. Thank you, and have an amazing day.